Hey, it's me and welcome, and I thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I really appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe. Now, I think that a really great idea would be to talk about loneliness and a little bit about depression. For anyone who's new to my channel or just wants to know what all this is about, basically, I was single all my life up until the age of 34, and I've been in a relationship now for about going on 6 months, I think. It's either 6 months or getting on for 6 months now. But I've been in a relationship which I'm very happy with. And I thought I'd make this video because I know how it feels to be lonely. I know how it feels not to want to exist anymore. I know how it feels to feel really low. Obviously, some days I was better than others throughout all this ordeal that I went through. But I know that there's billions of lonely, depressed people out there. There's people that have been in and out of relationships, they've had bad relationships, toxic relationships, people have been cheated on. Sometimes people have been the ones that have done the cheating. There's all sorts going on out there. There's people that have been in relationships for short periods of time and then gone for long periods of time being single. Look, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being single. Hey, I mean, I've been single until the age of 34. I wasn't happy about it, but it happened. Being single is actually quite a noble thing. It takes sometimes quite a bit of self-control. And really, the ones who should be ashamed are those who are promiscuous and hedonistic to the extent where they go to nightclubs, they go to pubs, they go to brothels, and so on and so forth. You get the idea. And obviously, the world of sexually transmitted diseases and promiscuity and hedonism is not a good one. I'd strongly advise anyone who's watching this video not to go down that road. Okay, it's just not worth it. It's far better to be someone who's always been single and never had a relationship, rather than someone who's promiscuous and hedonistic. I can tell you that for nothing. But you know me, I'm a no-nonsense guy. I just tell it how it is. Sometimes I've rubbed people up the wrong way just a little bit in the past on my videos, because I've been a little bit too frank, a little bit too truthful for my own good. I'm just a quirky guy. I just like to tell it how it is, and I just feel that by telling it how it is, although you may go, ouch, that hurts, that does, saying that, but in the long run you'll realise that I'm right. Well, I'm not always right, I'm only human, but yeah. Anyway, if you're lonely, depressed, in and out of relationships, perhaps you're trapped in a toxic relationship, just get out of there. Do everything in your power to realise that even though you may feel really bad being on your own, you may be in bad financial situations, or I don't know who might be tuning into this video and watching. There's so many different circumstances and situations out there that I've got no idea about. Okay, I'm just speaking from my own little tiny perspective, 34 years old. As I said, I've been in a relationship for the past 6 months or so, approximately 6 months, and which I'm very happy with. And I feel a whole lot happier being in that relationship, and it's made me feel a lot calmer and more contented and a lot happier and more fulfilled in life as a whole. But never forget something, is that happiness is a state of mind. We should never rely on what's on outside, or what's on the outside of ourselves to make us happy. We should be relying on what's on the inside. Happiness is in here and in here. It's not out there. Okay, so I would encourage anyone, especially people of the Christian faith such as myself, to just separate yourselves from this world. Have nothing to do with it. And you best believe that this world doesn't care about lonely people. It doesn't care about people who are virgins. It doesn't care about... I mean, most people don't even care all that much about homeless people, for example. I mean, unfortunately, we're living in quite an uncaring society. So I'd encourage you not to be like that. Whoever's watching this video, pray for people, pray for your enemies, and realise that being single, being a virgin, isn't the end of the world. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, how many people want to be a virgin past the age of 25, for example? I mean, I know we're complicated. Life's complicated. We're all different mentally, physically, emotionally. Everyone's different, right? But most people are happier when they're in a relationship. I mean, okay, there's nothing wrong with being single. it's a very, very admirable thing. But in my case, it wasn't by choice. I felt like I was forced into it because of my circumstances, because of the kind of world that I'm surrounded with. And if you are a Christian watching this, just remember that you can't always rely on the church. I mean, a lot of people think, oh, if you mix in church, you're bound to find someone eventually. But let me tell you something. From my experience, I mean, I've been to several churches over here. In fact, about 7 or 8 different churches on a fairly regular basis over the years. And I can tell you, hand on the heart, that most churches don't do singles groups. They don't do singles meetings. Now, in what did they call them? I can't believe I forgot what they're called now. In synagogues, they do singles meetings. They're all about matchmaking. Sometimes they go a little bit OTT in that respect, the Jewish people do, and synagogues. But that's better than what the church is doing, because the church is basically doing nothing for single people at all. And as a Christian, although you can meet the one for you potentially anywhere in this mad, bad, crazy, topsy-turvy world that we're living in, I wouldn't recommend going to pubs or clubs. Just keep yourself busy, get hobbies, try and do what you can. If you've got any friends or family that love you and care for you, then make the most of whatever friendships and relationships you have. If you're someone who's got no family, no friends, well, that's bad. I pray for you right now, and just try and get help. There is help out there. There wasn't really that much help out there for me. Mind you, I've been fortunate in other areas of my life, but not in this particular area up until about 6 months ago when I met my girlfriend. So yeah, I just thought I would like to sympathise and have empathy with anybody out there who's ever been single for a long period of time, or perhaps they've always been single like the way I was up until not so long ago. So you have my sympathies, and just, I know it's a bit cliche, but try and stay positive. I'd say about 3/4 of the time I was quite negative about the situation I was in, being single and everything, but some people handle this stuff better than others. What can I say? Millions of men and women would have handled it better than me, what I went through, and millions would have handled it worse, and millions would have handled it, like roughly the same. But as I said before, we're all different, okay? So, peace, and thanks again for tuning into my channel, okay? I appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe. And before I end the video, I'm just going to think of any more words of wisdom or advice I can give. Remember, it's always better to be on your own rather than being in a bad relationship, or should I say someone who's not good for you, because certain people are suitable for you in life, relationship-wise, and other people are not. It's as simple as that. You're better off being depressed and single and hating the world around you, tongue in cheek, rather than being with someone who is no good for you. Trust me. There's been times in my past when I've been interested in girls at college, and after it all happened and after all the dust settled and everything, I realised that, you know what, that woman wasn't good for me. She wasn't any good for me. Perhaps it was out of lust that I was thinking, oh, I want to get together with her, loneliness, whatever, naivety, call it what you will. But we all live and learn at the end of the day, don't we? And it's always better to be on your own than be with someone who isn't right for you. So don't think to yourself, oh, I'm on my own, I'm single, I'm lonely, I've got to be with someone no matter what. That is one of the most common mistakes people make. Don't do it, right? I pray for you not to do it. I hope and pray that you don't do it, whoever's watching this video. You're far, far better off being on your own. As I said before, sometimes there are mitigating factors. Life is complicated. We're complicated. Sometimes people get together with someone out of convenience, or because they don't want to live on their own, or because they've got financial problems and they feel like they won't be able to survive on their own. That's very, very common. Society is imbalanced at the moment. We've got a very high cost of living. There's all sorts going on out there, but remember, there's me and there's millions out there who have been in situations where they've been single all their lives or for long periods of time. I myself, I've never been divorced, I've never been cheated on, I've never been messed about in relationships. I've never been in and out of relationships. I've never experienced that side of things. I've never experienced the side of things where I get betrayed or I get cheated on or someone falls out of love with me or whatever. So I'm very fortunate in that respect. But yeah, when it comes to loneliness and depression, I have gone through it as much as the next man. Okay, I hope and pray that you're all well. Remember to like and subscribe, and I may just allow comments on this video because I've got a good feeling about this one. Because often in the past, when I've allowed comments, I've got swearing, disrespectful people insulting my intelligence, all sorts. I've had absolute hate, toxic messages. And you know what? It's not that I can't handle bad comments and nonsensical, disrespectful comments. It's just that I don't feel like dealing with it. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference between being able to handle something and wanting to handle something. So that's why on the vast majority of my videos I have disabled comments. If you don't like that, then what can I say? I mean, go to a different YouTube channel because most of my videos are like that anyway. I just thought I'd mention that. And I appreciate you tuning in so much. I've only got a small YouTube channel, so like, subscribe, and yeah, tell other people about my channel. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye and take care.